And I'm going to do a second review today, and this is an EDC kit I'm working on, and it's not complete yet. I got carabiner on the side, flashlight, and the products I'm going to review are: I bought a Swiss Army knife, but this one's a Wenger. I didn't have any Wengers, and there was 3 or 4 things that I thought that they should add to the Swiss Army knives. And in the last 30 years, they've added almost every single item. One was a flashlight, and this one is a pair of fingernail clippers, and it works pretty good. Most Swiss Army knife products, I'd give a 10 out of a 10. This one, I don't really like the shape of the clippers. They work fine. I don't know, I guess I'd give it an 8 out of a 10. They're made out of the classical Swiss Army knife grade stainless steel. This one has the little plastic things on it. I guess I should pull off to protect the knife. I always leave them on as long as possible. It's got the Wenger logo, supposedly Victorinox bought Wenger. It comes with scissors, which is kind of redundant. You could clip your fingernails with the scissors. The scissors on the Wenger work a little bit different than the Victorinox. Instead of a spring, it's spring back in the frame, and then there's a cantilever here that pushes back against the frame, and that pushes the scissors out. Again, the very sharp knife that I warned about earlier. Always be careful. One thing you don't want to do is push the wrong way. Oh, this is the file, but I think there is a knife on here. Is there a knife on here? It's got to be on the other side. Here it is. You don't want to push the knife back the wrong way. Like you could, so you always make sure you want to press on the flat side, and you know, it's basically a surgical stainless grade steel. It's also stamped, but my eyesight's getting worse as I get older. It says Wenger. I think it says Swiss. I almost have to get the magnifying glass from the other knife out to read it. Bought a little Husky bag from Home Depot for $5. Make a little EDC kit. Got matches in here. A lighter. This is a Bronson lighter for $5 from Walmart. It's a pretty good price. I'm pretty happy with that. You open it up, got some heavy ties in here, some heavy zip ties, rated for 175 pounds. Shoestrings. A lot of people say carry some string. I thought shoestrings would be nice to add. A bottle of rum, 50 proof, and some vitamins. Airborne vitamins. These are effervescent. You put them in water. And I have Ron Paul coin and a crescent wrench. I don't know if the crescent wrench is going to stay or not. And finally, but not least, I haven't bought any Swiss Army knives in like 20 years, and I'm updating a lot of my gear as I get older. I like good quality gear that's going to last a long time. This is the well, it's the lock blade version of the Swiss Army knife. It's about half an inch longer. If you thought the blade was sharp on the 3-inch knife, whoa, Nelly! I don't even, just feeling here, like look, I was able to flex on the video I showed my Swiss Champ. I was able to flex the blade. Look at the blade on the lock blade Swiss Army knife. The other blade is a real Army knife, but look at this, doesn't flex at all. Like if I try to flex it, my finger's flexing more than the knife. But it says Wenger here, There's gimping on the back. It's real soft. And somebody else said there is about a little bit of play on the knife, and I swear it must be 1/1000th, maybe 1/10,000th of an inch of play. But if you push right here, it does move a tiny bit, but I think they have to have that in there so that the knife will lock open every time. I got this one. This is the one in Hunter Orange, the real tree orange. I think it was 70 bucks. Has the same saw on it as the Swiss Champ and the other Swiss Army knives. It's a very sharp saw. Will cut through tree branches. No problem. You can use it for light yard work. Does not lock. The saw does not lock. Corkscrew in the back. People complain about the corkscrew. You'd be surprised how many times you go somewhere and somebody asks you to open a bottle of wine. If you were out somewhere and you were in an emergency and you needed to open a bottle of wine and drink, I think you'd need a corkscrew. It would fall in the realm of a can opener or a bottle cap puller. And another reamer once again. And then I can read what this knife is stamped with. So I'm going to pull it out again and try to read it. The one side says Wenger and the other side says Switzerland stainless steel, which is, I thought, what it said on the fingernail clipper. So the fingernail clipper says Wenger Switzer stainless steel. And the type is in such small lettering, it's literally the size of the back of a dime. To close a knife, you simply push the little Wenger logo. That pushes the locker liner in, and you flip the knife in. Now you could push it with your finger, I think, like this. And then your finger would be in the way of the lock blade. I wouldn't recommend that. The button is a safety feature, so I would use that. And that's for my review on the Wenger lockback Swiss Army knife and the fingernail clipper, the lock blade knife. For a combat situation, I'll give this a rating of 10 out of 10. And the fingernail clippers an 8 out of 10. And this little Husky bag for $5, I'd say maybe 8 or 9 out of 10. You can make a nice little EDC kit with this. Look, you know, they're always talking about what knife to carry, blah blah blah. EDC kit. Alcohol here for $2. You got alcohol. You could drink it. You could treat. You could wipe your skin with it. If you cut yourself, you could disinfect something. If you had a little bit higher proof alcohol like moonshine, you could use it to start a fire, but you can't buy that here in Maryland. So you could use it to treat water, throw a vitamin in with. Oh, I forgot I got a garbage bag in here too. Fingernail clippers. And I'm thinking 1 or 2 more items. Stuff to make a fire. We got a lighter and matches. And you know, for about $100, you don't have to have the fingernail clippers, but for $100, look at that. I mean, you got a really nice EDC, a real army knife, and a bag to put your matches and everything in. You could, I'll be confident, take that anywhere you go. The garbage bag, you know, box of them is $5. The vitamins were $6. Got a flashlight here that was $6 or $7. The lighter was $5. There you go. That's my review.